millennial. I was promised flying cars, but instead I get fascism. What is this timeline? Part 2 of, yes, it's time to panic. Let's talk about habeas corpus and due process and whatever the hell this is. To recap the first part, we talked about how Newark Mayor Ras Baraka had been arrested by Homeland Security for trespassing in front of Delaney Hall, which is a for-profit private prison that's been reopened to now house ICE detainees, people they plan to deport, all the people that they're refusing to give due process. Mayor Ras Baraka spent the last month sounding the alarm about this, saying that they did not have the legal permits to do this, that it was illegal, showing up for demonstrations outside the prison, protesting this prison, demanding access to this prison. So it should be surprise to no one that, of course, the Trump administration does what they always do. When they're guilty of something, they put the spotlight on someone else and claim they're the ones that are actually guilty of doing the very thing that the Trump administration was doing in the first place. Representative McIver showed up with Representative Watson Coleman, and they said, look, this is our authority. We want to see what's going on here. We have the right to conduct federal oversight. Because that's one of the most important parts of our Constitution, right? Is that it gives powers to each of these branches of government. One of those being the legislative branch, to try and keep the other branches, like the executive branch, in check so that they don't go out acting like Trump is right now. The Homeland Security website is claiming that these members of Congress broke into Delaney Hall Detention Center. And you know what? That never happened. And do you know why I know that it never happened? Because there's absolutely no video evidence from that. And you're going to tell me that a prison doesn't have cameras all around it? Why aren't those clips all over the news right now? If these people broke into a federal building, I want to see that. I want to see that video footage. Like the audacity of the Trump administration to post this after January 6th. Sir, ma'am, they and them. What? Wait, what do I say for they and them? Like, gentle people. We're going to come back to that. On the same day, they arrested Newark Mayor Ras Baraka. The White House, via Stephen Miller, is like, listen, we are deeply considering taking away writ of habeas corpus. We're deeply considering. We really want to suspend that constitutional right. I'm going to have to make a third video that just talks about this because this is buried so far deep into this video that no one's ever going to see it. But just to give you guys like a quick little idea in case you're here and wondering. In Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution, you can find mention of the writ of habeas corpus. And all the Constitution says is the privilege of writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it. Now, obviously right now, we are not having a rebellion and there is no invasion. So Trump technically should not have any reason to be removing this. What is this? If you're being held prisoner, they have to bring you in front of a court, the people that are holding you captive, and they have to explain why they're holding you captive in like a public way. It's one of your civil rights and civil liberties specifically mentioned here in the Constitution, and Trump wants to do away with that. So let's talk about why that is in part 3.